Hi and welcome to Visual Basic Sales Management System, developed in Visual Studio 2017. So let me show you guys how this works. If I click on reset, you get this dialog box. You can always click on yes or you click on no to stay within the system. And right here I have my receipt. So if I click on this receipt again, you see what will happen is another receipt is generated right there. Okay, and I can always reset or click on total, which we already have. Supposing we click on reset, there we go. See my logo right there. You can use the calculator here to calculate whatever you want. We can backspace. Okay, let's come in here. If I select jeans, see the picture of the jeans that I want to buy is shown. And if I select jacket and mistakenly enter character, the system refuses. So I can always enter the right character. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into Visual Studio development environment, and we put one of these very advanced tutorial together. So let's do that now, guys. Hi and welcome to Visual Basic tutorial of a sales management system. I'm going to start by clicking on create new project. Once this dialog box is open, ensure you select Visual Basic and Windows Forms application and give your project a name. So I'm going to call it VB_sales management system and click on save. Okay, once the form is ready, let's define the size of the form. I'm going to change the size to 1386 by, let's go for 700 there. Now the first thing I like to do is to come straight to tools. Let me get a palette there, or a panel. Yeah, my very first panel there. I'm going to use that for my calculators. So let's come in here and change the size of this, the border style of that very panel. Change it to fixed 3D. Now I can then click and copy it across. Click, hold, control, drag. That's one panel there. Maybe another toolbar here. And this very upper panel, so what I'm going to do is to add some buttons, and let me also add a text box right up here. Have a text box there. Now click on that rectangle and press multiple line. Now let's design the interface of this calculator for our customer. Let's come in here. Right. And I'm just going to speed up the whole development of this interface and get back to you guys. So let's do that now. Okay, I've finished the development of the interface for the calculator. I will now select all of these buttons. There, just the number buttons or numeric buttons. Come into the properties, and where we have events, select the event and let's use click event. So in there I'm just going to call it BTN numbers. That's fine. BTN numbers, and press enter. right inside the btn numbers, as you can see, all of my buttons are now assigned to btn numbers. Okay, I will now come in there. Let's declare a variable dim b representing button as, let's go for object button equals send or equals sender if txt, and that is supposed to be the text box on board, dot text equals 0, then whatever we have in txt display dot text equals b dot text, else btn text box as a text txt display equals txt display plus b dot text. Right, so that's all there is to it. So which means any of those buttons I click on will be, the value will be displayed on the text box. So let's run it and see. Okay, let's try this out and see. You see that we are able to enter numeric value onto the text box, but the rest of it are not working yet. So let's go back into the program. Right, as for the clear, I'm just going to copy as follows and paste it right in there. So let's come into the clear button here, double click on that, paste that in there. Now I'm going to repeat the same thing for these other buttons, these 4 buttons here, using events. So in there, let's come straight to the properties and just let's come to click. So I'm going to call that btn operator. Right, press enter, and inside btn operator, just as usual, I'm going to declare a variable. So but the variable is going to be sender. So let's say dim operators as buttons, as object button, and in here, before I go ahead, let me come up here first and just declare, instead of entering the variable here, I'm going to declare some global variable here. Let's say dim first number as double and dim second number as double as well. Let's say dim answer as double and dim, let's call that operators with an S as string value there. So back inside the btn operator event, so I'm going to come in here now and just say first number equals whatever value we have inside txt display. Right, now get rid of whatever we have inside txt display equals clear, and in that case my variable operator equals ops dot text. That's all there is to it. Yeah, that is taken care of as well. Take a good look at it. So this is for the operators, and here that's just to clear, and in here this is for numeric buttons, and up there I've just declared my variables. Now back in here, let's swap this around. Yeah, position this properly. Okay, back in there, we now want to, let's take care of this very button here, plus and minus. So in the case of plus and minus, those are the lines of codes for plus and minus. Now let's look after the equals. Okay, let's take care of this one first. And right in there we enter the following codes for the dot itself. Okay, now come to the equals, double click on equals. In the case of equals, let's say whatever we have inside second num equals txt display.text. Now let's use an if statement to determine what value we have in there. If operators equals plus, then answer equals first number plus second number. There. Then we now want to assign whatever we have inside answer to the text box. txt display.text equals answer. There, that's taken care of. So all I'm just going to do is copy and then use else statement. Else, if it's subtraction, then now becomes subtraction as well. Copy and paste. Let's copy that problem. And if we have, let's say, division, that becomes division. Then finally here, let's say multiplication. And that is my equals taken care of. Now I just need to take care of 1, 2. So let's double click on the backspace. So for the backspace there, and what is left is for us to take care of the pi. Okay, right there, that's for the pi. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it and see. Oh, there's an error here. Let's correct that before running it. So that's meant to be sender, but then equals sender. Okay, let's run it and see. Okay, let's try it out. That is the pi, clear. Let's say 8 multiplied by 5. There we go. Plus or minus 40. Multiply that by 4. There. And backspace, backspace, backspace. That is correct. So calculator is taken care of. Now let's continue with the design of the interface. So I'm going to now close that. Back in here, copy one of these. That will be for the title, and let's paste that up here. That is my interface. Right, let's grab a label. There's a label here, and give that label a name. So I'm just going to call that label Sales Management System. Let's change the font size. There, the font size will be 48, and just move it there. Right. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's take it up a little bit. Right. Now let's try to complete the design of the rest of the interface. So I'm going to get back to you guys as soon as that is done. Okay, this is how the interface is looking. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add, let's add a rich text box here. So that would be for the receipt. Let's come down here and see right there. So there will be a rich text box here. That will be for the receipt. And right here, I'm going to add buttons. So let's just copy, and we can always change that around. So if I run the system, this is what you guys will see, and this is how it all looks like for now. So we just need to add some TextBox and CheckBox. So let's come in here, go to tools, let's grab a CheckBox one, and we're going to need some TextBox as well right there. Now let's copy it across and name it. Then I'll get back to you guys as soon as I finish adding the text box and the checkbox. Okay guys, this is how the whole interface looks now. So let's run it so that you guys can see it. And right here, so far, that's what we have. We have ladies, men's, kids, and household. Okay, so what we need to do now is to start work on the programming part of it. And welcome back to the second part of the tutorial. So what I want to achieve now is to make sure I'm able to press this and reset all of these. So let's exit and come right in here. So I'm going to create a procedure. So I'm going to call that private sub, let's say reset. So inside the private sub reset, I will use a for loop for each txt, because each of my systems start with txt. So let's put them in an array. For each txt, so let's come in here and say txt jeans comma. So let's just speed that up anyway, because that will take some time. Let's speed it up. Right there guys, those are the lines of codes that I'm going to use to reset the old components. Right, so inside my procedure area, you have all my codes there. This we actually clear all of the we actually disable the text box, and why this one we make sure the checkbox is unchecked. So what I would then do is to come onto the form, double click on the form load right there. Let's call reset. There we go. And the same reset, we will call that inside this very button, the reset button. So that makes life easy for us using a function. So if I run it, there we go guys. Form load actually called the reset function. So suppose when I select anything here, and the same thing here, then we can always reset. You see that? Good. So let's take care of the exit. let's come right inside the exit, double click on the exit, and right there I'm going to declare as follows: div I exit as a dialog result, and I exit equals message box dot show as follows. So let's say confirm if you want to exit. Right, so let me give my system a name, comma, so that would be sales management system, and let's use some of the Visual Basic building function. Let's correct this first. So some of the VB build function, that will be message box. Let's go for message box button dot yes or no, and another one is going to be message box icon. So the icon in this case is going to be the question mark, this very one. Right, now use a selection statement. If I exit equals dialog result dot yes, then we can exit the system. Application dot exit. So that's the exit taken care of. The reason why I've used this is should in case there's a mistake made, the system prompt you to confirm if you want to exit. So let's try that out. Right, so let's click on exit. There we go. Confirm if you want to exit. Oh, you made a mistake. No. Confirm if you want to exit. Yes. So that is fine. Now, for each of these checkbox here, we have to use each of these checkbox to enable all of this, to enable each text box. So if I double click on that, using an if statement, so let's say if dot checked equals true, then txt, I think that's txt James dot text, no, dot enable equals true. Now copy that. Also dot set, no, that should be dot focus. Let's see. Okay, let's say dot text. Let's get rid of the text in there. Equals that. And there. So let's set the focus as well. Dot focus. Right. Else I want all of these disabled. This, copy that, paste that in there, and there will be 0 in there. And then right, so let's run the very first one and see what's going to happen. Now if I click on this, that enables that, so I can always enter whatever value in there. And if I uncheck, there we go, check. The other thing is I can enter characters there, which I don't want. I only want numbers, so we have to find a way to prevent that from happening. Okay, to prevent the user from entering characters. I'm going to select all of these text box and repeat the same thing for this. Select it all and then go to the events. I think this one is fine. Yeah. And let's go to properties, go to events, and there let's use, so let's see, we can always use on key press. Let's see, come down here, okay, there we go, we have on key press here. So I'm going to change that to numbers only. There we go. Press enter. Right there, guys, that is it, numbers only. So in here I will then enter as follows. Okay, enter the following. That will prevent the end user from entering any other characters apart from numbers. Okay, let's save and just run it. Okay guys, let's try it out. So click on that and let's enter characters. We hear that? And let's enter numbers. Yeah, that's numbers. Try characters. No. Okay, let's repeat that using visual keyboard so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. We'll check that and we can enter numbers in there. Let's try that out. No, it's not allowed, just numbers. Okay, let's play it. Clear. Start all over. Characters. You see what I'm talking about? It only allows just numbers, so that's fine. Okay, and that works for all of the text box. So the next thing I want to do now is to complete these other ones. So we come in here, let's come straight to the form, double click on this, and right in there I'm going to use an if statement again to get that sorted. So if that's dot checked equals true, then the text box itself, which is txt dot enable equals true, and let's get rid of the content in there. Dot text equals clear and dot set focus. There. Else all of the above, these two will not happen, and this become false, and this remain as 0. Okay, so the same thing that was done for the very first one was repeated for the second one. That's the very first one. So let's try it out before I speed it all up. Okay, let's try out the second one. There we go. That's it. It's not accepting that, only accept numbers. That's fine. Try out the other one. Yeah, that's good. So reset. There. Now what I will do is just speed up the whole process of the rest of the checkbox, and I'll get back to you guys shortly. So stop that from running. Come right here, double click on the third one. Let's speed it up. There we go, guys. We finish enabling and disabling the text box and the checkbox, so it's all working as expected. Now if I run it, this is what you guys will see. There we go. So if I click on any of these, there, but you notice I'm not going to enter anything there, so that's supposed to be an error. In fact, that's an error really. that shouldn't be allowed to happen. Once you click on it, something should be entered, else there's going to be an error. So to take care of that, we're going to use another method entirely known as validation function. So I'm going to exit out of here, and let's select all of these components, all of this text box, select it all, and disable this and this. Repeat the same thing here, there. And what I will now do is to go straight into the properties, and I need a procedure or an event known as validated. There we go. Inside the validated, let's give that a name, enter number, and press enter. There. So right there, let's declare a variable dim txt as TextBox. Let's say equals sender. Right, there we go. Now if txt.text equals nothing, then I want the txt.text, I want us to enter 0 in it, and that's it. That should take care of that, else there will be an error when we carried out the calculation. So if let's save it first and run it again. There we go, guys. So if I click on this and move on to the next one without entering any number in there or any value, you see that will happen. So that takes care of the error that could have happened, because it's likely the sales assistant can end up not entering anything in there. So that's fine. So have a good look at that very lines of code again. Look at it. It's very simple. Make sure you enter, or make sure you create another event. The event is known as validated. Okay, as you see this very picture box in there, I would like to add some images, and to achieve that, what I want to do is, when I click on this, I want the product to be displayed here, and I will also like my own logo to be displayed in there. So what I'm going to do is to go to project, and let's go to, I think that's the name of my product there. Click on that, and the next thing is when this dialog box pops up, let's go to the resources, and inside the resources I'm going to go to my, you see the strings, click on that, select image, and let's come in here and say add existing files. I have my images that I intend to use inside my folder called icon. There, those are the images that I intend to use. So I'm going to select those images. That's my icon there, and then select just all of the images. There we go. All the images are now in place. So I'm going to close. Okay, back on the form. Alright, back on my form. So what I want to do is, maybe I should click on the form load to upload some images into my image box here. So let's double click on the form load. So when I run the system, that's what's going to happen. So let's see my form load. Yeah, there we go. That's my form load there. Form load dot images, or dot image equals my resources dot resources dot, now I need the name of my image. That's it, icon big, that's it right there. So if I run this system now, and right there guys, that's my logo there. So what I'm going to do is, for each of these of this product there, I'm going to add an image to them. So when I click on it, I expect the image to appear there, When I reset, my image should come right there. So that's what I want to do. In the first place, let's go back to my reset there, and inside my resets, let me get my image. So let's get rid of all of this. Get rid of this one and the form load. Copy that. So instead of this, that will reset that. Or we can just comment that out, enter the right image there. Okay, that's the reset. Now let's come in here, double click on the jeans in here. So that is going to be that. So this is going to be dot jeans there. That's taken care of. Alright, so come to the next one, and that is supposed to be jacket, and this upper one is going to be dot jacket. Let's see, do I have it? I do. Repeat the same thing for the sportswear. Okay, for the sportswear, this is going to be sport, right? Dot sport. Okay, so I will now speed that up now that you guys get the whole idea. So let's speed that up, and I'll get back to you guys shortly. Okay, I finished the coding for all the images, so that's all you guys just need to add to the checkbox. Alright, so let's run it and see how it's going to look like. Now the form loads that, so if I click on jeans, there we go, jacket and so on. So let's come in here, try some other ones on, and guess what, if I uncheck, ends both uncheck and there, and let's reset there. That's good. So this is ready, that's ready, and all that is left for us now is to take care of the total and the receipts. This is the receipt area. Right, let's come inside the total. So the first thing is I'll double click on this total, and I will have to declare some variables here. Let's come in here. Those are the variables that I need. So I want to copy that so that I can use them to declare a variable, and maybe paste them here. And this is going to start with dim. Let's get rid of that. Okay, let's come in here, just say dim jeans as double, and I'm going to give it a price. Let's say it's £25. So that's what I'm going to repeat for the rest. The second one, the same thing. Let's come in here, just copy paste and change the price around. So I'm going to do that for every single component that is right here. So I'm going to speed that up now, if you guys so that I don't waste your time, now that you get the whole idea. Okay guys, all of my variables I declared, and I've also initialized each of the variables. Now let's go. Okay, let's declare one more variable apart from this tax rate. Let's come in here, say dim items, like that. Let's say it's an array. Make it as double. Right. Okay. Okay, what I will then do is, since I've declared my array, let me go straight in onto my total. Double click on the total right inside the total. So that's going to be item 0 equals, let's look for the very first item, and that is supposed to be this very one, James. So let's come right down here, paste that in there, dot double dot parse, and that is going to be txt jeans dot text. Right, that's the very first one. So the same thing will be repeated for the rest. So let's see the next one. The next one is, oh, let's get rid of this text. Yeah. The next one is code jacket. Copy all of that and come right down here. As item 1 equals this multiplied by whatever amount of code jacket we have in there, dot, and that is meant to be txt dot text. Right, I presume you get the whole idea now. So I'm going to speed this up as well and get back to you guys. Okay guys, these are those are the lines of code for that I'm going to be using in this very total. Each of the item and the price is now assigned to all of each of the arrays. So let's come into item 17. So within item 17 we're going to add up the following, each of those items. So this, everything in here, plus the next one, plus okay, that's 1, 2, 3. Let's add up one more, and another one. Okay, we have in total here, okay, let's just make it 5 because I have 5, no, that's 4. Okay, that's 17. Now copy this, the next one is going to be 18, and that is 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so I'm going to have to increase the size of my arrays though, so because the other one, I'm actually carrying out the calculation based on the design I have in here. I have 5, 5, 4, 4. That's what's happening in there. Okay, with the 4s, there will be 4, and that will be 4, and with this one will become 10, 11, 12, and 13. We have 14 here, 15, 16, and 17. Now let's see, the size of my array is 20, so maybe I should make it 22 because I'm going to need more of those. Okay, come right down here. So this one is 19 and 20. So within item 21, That is where I will now sum up everything that I have in here. 17 plus 18 plus 19 plus 20. So this is 18, 19 and 20. There we go. Now I think I'm gonna have to increase this array again. I might as well just make it, let's go for 25. I can always reduce and do whatever I like. Okay, now let's come in here. Let's say we have array 22. Array 22 equals, this is meant to be for the tags, but before I do that, let's get rid of that first. We need to work out, I need to write a function for my tags. So right here, let me create my, maybe let's paste it right over here. Okay, that is my array. Oh sorry, that's my function for my tags. Let's see, why do I have an error? Tax rate, or what did I call it? Oh, that's wrong spelling. There, tax rate. So hopefully that's fine now. Yeah, inside my tax rate, let's come in here now. I'm now going to say item 22 equals C find tax there, and that is my item 22 sorted. So that will officially work out my tax rate. So all I then need to do is txt tax equal tax.text equals, I can always format, I believe, equals, what am I formatting? It's going to be item 22 item 22 there. So that should give me the tax. So now let's come in here to work out that of subtotal. Maybe copy this subtotal txt subtotal equals that, and in this case we have 21. But this one, okay, that's correct, that's for tax. We have 21 there. This is .text, I mean. And finally, the next one is going to be, undo that. The next one is going to be txt. Let's say tax. Oh, sorry. Total dot equals. I will now copy all of this. Let's copy that, paste that in there, and let's add the next one, which is this one here. There. So let's say plus here. And that should give me the total. Let's add another one here. There, that's the total taken care of. So let's run that, but before I run it, you guys have a look at it. That's the function that works out the tax, and in here all of the amount is added onto the arrays. Okay, so if I run it now, okay, let's see how it works. So enter something there. As incorrect value entered. Okay, then let's click on total. There we go, guys. That's fine, working as expected. So all that is left for us to do now is to be able to click on the receipt and we get our receipts. Okay, let's take care of that. That shouldn't take too long. So come back to our form here, double click on the receipt. Okay guys, let's have a look at the lines of code for so those are the lines of code for the receipt. So I'm going to run it so that you guys see how it works anyway. There. So let's select. So alright, let's enter correct value in there. Alright then, click on total there and let's check out the receipt. There we go guys. Okay, so what I just need to do now is to maybe readjust all of these buttons and we can call it the end of the program. So let's come in here and just make a little modification to those buttons. Right, move this one over here. That's exit. Well guys, I suppose you all enjoy it, so I'm gonna call it the end of this program. So let's just run it again before I call it bye for now. There we go guys. So we enter some value in there and we can just call it the end of this program. So the receipt works, the reset works as well, as you've just seen. So try out the total receipt. There we go guys. So I'm gonna call it the end of this program. I suppose you guys enjoyed. You all have a nice day and bye for now.